Hello, it is I, the one and only DragonTamerRuiz, back from Dead As It Were, bringing you a Pixelmon Reforged video today. I'll be playing on the complex Pixelmon Violet server for about 100 Minecraft days, which is about 33 IRL hours. And while I have no solid goals for these next 33 hours, I would like to see how much of this Gen 9 OU Natnex team I can build while casually playing. Before we get started, I would just like to say that if you enjoyed this video, then please feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you have not already for more content in the late to near future. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible and would appreciate the support. Now, without further ado, let's get started. I joined the Violet server and choose a Shiny Charmander as my starter in hopes to Gigantamax it one day, as the Gigantamax Kanto starters as well as Sleek Cobra and Colossal Gigantamax moves are pretty decent for raids. Checking out the available jobs, I choose the trainer job as I'm probably going to be battling a number of Pokemon throughout these next 33 hours. I see that there's a tutorial, however, I was not able to enter because I had potions in my inventory at the time. So instead, I RTP and noticed you can RTP in an Overworld, Nether, and Ultra Space. Plus, there's a resource world that gets wiped every once in a while. Being randomly teleported into a desert, I take in my surroundings and notice a wild Totodile that I end up capturing, luckily. Not sure how long it'll be in the party, but for right now, still a decent Pokemon to run into. When exploring the desert, I also run into a Gibble, try to capture the Totodile, however, it wasn't complying. Okay, so that's the Ultra Space. We don't need to go to Ultra Space right now. I don't even know why I'm catching this Gibble. I guess I'm just trying to catch Mons right now to just do stuff with them. This will be the last Ultra Ball. I guess I could just rare candy up Charmander. I'll ignore the... Yeah, there's a few Gibbles here. Gibble ain't shit. When I enter a nearby swamp, I break down the first tree I see to try to get rid of this Minecraft tutorial off my screen. It was there forever. Oh my god. Not finding a location that I'd like to build in, I RTP once more into another desert. Yay. I do, however, see my first boss Pokemon, an uncommon boss Nubo. However, my mods right now aren't strong enough and it wipes my team. So while exploring, still trying to find my place to call home, I run into a Sleek Cobra, which, as I said before, also has Gigantamax form and a G-Max move that does significant damage over time, so I chuck some balls and add it to my team. After some time, I finally find a biome I was planning to call home. I've decided to stay at a jungle biome, since I'm going to be going back and forth to this place, and it gives me a chance to capture a Tapu Koko and a Scyther, as well as a chance for me to run into a Mega Scizor boss, hopefully. It is annoying that leaves don't decay though. This only took me like, what, 40 minutes to do? Just about. After setting up a little roofless shack in the jungle, I set my home and check out the server's spawn as I didn't spend much time there. I noticed I could get a free shiny if I played on the server with their official Technic mod pack, so I take note of that and I heal up my team while I'm there. Once I return home, I begin exploring the jungle around me and begin to train up my Charmander. And while training, we move on to Hour 2. I get an EXP all from claiming my playtime rewards, which helps me with my current and future Pokemon trading. Oh my gosh, you do not even know. Oh. Basic level grinder pass 4 hours, another an EXP all. I decided to spend some time to install a Technic mod pack for the server, which not only gives me a shiny and a Master Ball, but also a custom resource pack for this server, which we'll be playing with from now on. While training with my Charmander, I notice and capture a wild Litten in case I'll possibly want to use Incineroar down the line. We'll see. Deciding that I need some resources, I head to the resource world and loot some of the villages nearby. Oh yeah, take those Pokeballs. All that's great. I guess I'll take the burn heals as well. After dropping off my initial loot, I head back to the resource world to begin grabbing some berries and even found a Gardacia flower, you know? Don't have shipment now, but we'll see. It might come in handy. I don't know how rare or common that is. I'll take that though. I also get some mining done so I can craft a healer at my base, so I no longer have to do /spawn every time I want to heal. There we go. We can actually make a healer with this then. Okay. There we go. A red healer, which we'll put like right here. Oof. After a bit of looking around, I actually found my first Master Ball Pokeloot and obtained a Lucky Egg from it. Okay, Lucky Egg isn't that hype, but, you know, I guess I'll take it. I guess if anything, just give that to frickin' Charmander right now. I continue to train my Charmander till it evolves to a Charmeleon. While training, my newly evolved Charmeleon, I begin to explore around my base, grabbing Pokeloots and catching a Galarian Slowpoke on the way, as Galarian Slowking can come in kinda clutch. Okay, Master Ball's all the way down there now, that's good. There we go. Whoa, what the hell? Level key. Alright. Oh, because I leveled up. Okay. That makes sense. After dropping off my initial loot and Slowpoke at the base, I head to a nearby village where I would soon discover that I might not be able to get quests from the villagers, as there's only the Nurse Joys and the Pokemarts, and I'm obviously the NPC trainers. This is important because 1, I can't get access to the Dynamax mechanic from them, and 2, I can't get the main Mon in my wishlist team that I'm looking for, Galarian Moltres. After looking for Pokeloot at the resource world, I decided to go back home and use a number of my rare candies on my Charmeleon to evolve into Charizard, having me gain access to a Flymon, which should help with traversal greatly, as boats seem to be disabled. So, you know, if I run into an ocean, I just get on and fly. I end up taking on my first Dynamax raid during Hour 4 against some subpar loot from it. Thank God. Okay. I screwed that up. I also decided to travel a bit further north of my base to see what other type of biomes are near me, just in case I might need some Pokemon from one of them in the late to near future. During one of my Dynamax raids, I end up catching a Shroomish in hopes of gaining access to Spore with it in the future. Knowing what I know now, it doesn't really happen. And all that, alright, catch. Uno. Dos. Tres. Captured! Oh, look at that. Heading back to spawn, I begin the tutorial dungeon where you can learn about many of the key features on the server. The 2 important ones that I utilize in this video are the hunts, where you're given a Pokemon and its various variables, like gender, size, and potentially nature depending on the difficulty of the hunt. When you obtain said Pokemon they ask for and turn it in, you get a chunk of cash, and the Mon that gets turned in gets slightly boosted IVs. Then there's the GTS, where players can sell their Pokemon and other items they may obtain during their journey. Now, there is a lot more that I'm not going to discuss in this video, because if we would be here all day, but I highly recommend you check it out when you join the server, as you get a free shiny spin and a ninja variant of a Pokemon which will become important to us later. Now, using the shiny box from installing the mod pack and the shiny box in the tutorial, I get myself a shiny Alumise and a shiny Reuniclus. I also end up running into my first pink variant of a Pokemon, in this case Mankey, catching it just to try to figure out why it's different. Okay, come on. Actually, I think if anything, the server's gonna reset soon. Oh, restart, not reset. Very different. There we go. Oh, she's a pink Pokemon. Okay. Attempting to look for a Honedge to use, I spend some time in the Nether and end up trying to challenge my first world boss. However, since I did no damage directly to it, I don't obtain any goodies. However, that would change for me with time. Getting bored of my fruitless efforts to find a Honedge, I give up going home using my ninja egg in hopes of rolling an Aegislash, and once you confirm the hatching, the spinner will commence and give you a modifier that can be applied to a Pokemon. Sure. Okay. To my surprise, I do! Now, looking for a Dano for a potential Hydreigon, I head into Ultra Space for the first of many times. Oh no. Just keep on going. This is a trap. Jesus fuck. Ultra Space is a great place for 3 reasons. 1, there's a lot of high-level Pokemon there like this Garganacl that I caught around level 76. 2, the Beast Ball Pokéloots have a similar loot table, if not exactly the same as the Master Ball Pokéloots, and they are everywhere in Ultra Space. And 3, it is very easy to find Dynamax raids in Ultra Space. At least for me it is. I don't know if they spawn more often there or what, but this place definitely becomes my raiding grinding grounds. Fuck? Oh, okay. Now it does take me a bit. No choice specs. Oh, Arctofish. I was gonna say, in case I can't actually, like... do what I need to, or make the teams that I can't, that I want to, catching this Arctofish isn't a bad idea. I think it can be used in a handful of teams. There we go. Heck. Oh, yeah. That's it right there again. But I do finally catch a Hydreigon. Not only that, but one with the Ashen texture as well, which is kind of funny because I was going to have to either defeat or catch an Ashen texture Pokemon to get Galarian Moltres if I had access to the quest, but you know, after going home and checking out my Hydreigon, I noticed that through my looting, I'm only missing the HP and attack EV training items. So after clearing out my inventory, I head back into Ultra Space and hoping to finding them. While looking, I capture a Knucklestack and hope that it has the ability Purifying Salts, so that way I can have a Ghost type immunity in my potential team. After only getting the HP EV training item and dropping off my loot at home, I RTP back to the resource world in hope of finding a Mushroom Island. The reason being that I can obtain max mushrooms there, which can be used to create max mushroom soup to unlock a Pokemon's Gigantamax potential, which will be very important if we ever get the ability to Dynamax, that is. I attempted to EV train my newly caught Hydreigon, however couldn't find the spawns I needed, so I ended up using one of the server biome warps, in this case, the Birch Forest. This is important because there are set spots where Pokemon can spawn, and there will always be a group of Pokemon there. This becomes my frequent spot while EV training my Mons. Around the start of Hour 8, I finished my very first EV trained Pokemon on the server, so I headed back to Ultra Space to obtain the final EV training item, and with that I drove back to the Birch Forest warp and EV trained my Aegislash. I ended up catching a few other Knucklestacks while gathering Pokeloot in Ultra Space in hopes of getting one with decent IVs. After checking for the best one I captured, I grabbed the necessary power items and head to the good old Birch Forest warp to EV train my Knucklestack. I also deal damage to my first world boss, and also find out that damage from dot type attacks, that's damage over time, like Purifying Salts, don't count towards your total damage. I still ended up getting to the shiny roll though, luckily. Getting a shiny Shiftry with this one, I also put it next to a shiny Dragonair that I rolled earlier. This would also be the last time I use these shiny boxes. Noticing that I'm running out of dumping space, I carve out a makeshift basement for me to put my storage barrels into, giving me more room to dump my inventory. Afterwards, I head back into Ultra Space, clearing Dynamax raids for their items, more importantly, EXP candies, and TRs for the future. Knucklestack evolves into Garganacl in the process. Knucklestack's evolving, there we go. Earthquake. Earthquake or Rock Slide? I'll give it a Rock Throw for right now, we'll figure that out at a later date. Trying to gain levels for my new Pokemon, I head back to the village near my base and battle the 3 NPC trainers there to scrounge up as much experience as I can. Okay. There is something I do need to do. And that's, well, I guess fight this Corphish boss. And when I got Aegislash and Garganacl around to level 50, I headed to the Pokemon Warp, which is where the move relearner is located. And updated Hydreigons, Aegislashes, and Garganacl's movesets. Full sound. Night Slash? We're doing Iron Head. We're doing Iron Head. and for the first time I gather up a number of my level keys from leveling up my trainer job to open up some crates. Player... Weaver and Ultra... Oh, here we go. Level crates. Okay. $100K coins, I'll take that. Damn, I was so close to shinies though. Alright. Double experience for an hour? Okay, that could be useful later on. $30 tokens. Alright, we take that. Planning to use one of my blank Galarian TMs, I hunt for a Pineco so that way I can imprint Protect on it for Garganical. Once that is done, I attempt the Battle Tower. The reason I have to do this is because, as far as I can tell, the only way for me to unlock the Dynamax gimmick is to raise 250 battle points in order to buy the Wishing Star. I can only challenge this once every 18 hours, getting roughly 1 point per match won. Ooh. Who's faster? You are. And you just got a beast boost. That's bad. What did that boost? Attack? I'm a king shield. It wasn't a contact move. This is gonna be neutral. Yeah. Damn. I have to wait 17 hours. /BT shop. This might take a while, at least until I figure out a better strategy to win multiple fights a day. Using the player warp, I enter the end to capture the first member of the party I planned at the beginning. Okay, let's just go to one. The person is online, so we happen to see him, then, you know, whatever. Oh. While there, I catch a number of different Paradox Pokemon, ranging from Slitherwing to Ironthorns. I also end up finding my first Mega Boss in Mega Metagross, unlocking the Mega Gimmick in the process. Now, wonder if we can find that Mega Scizor. Finally, around hour 15, I proc the 0.09% spawn for Iron Valiant, capturing it, EV training it. With that, I finished my first member of my wish-listed party. Only took till hour 16 for me to finally vote in order to get some goodies from the vote crates. Overflow. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I was able to get all besides like one to load for me, so we'll take what we can get. While looking for Scyther in Ultra Jungles, I ran into a very interesting 5-star raid. Oh. Can I do this by myself? This is shiny. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is gonna be a real sad day if I can't catch this. Shiny Blossom, alright. Once I captured the Blossom, I headed back home and began to clear out some of the leaves from my base so I don't feel as claustrophobic when I'm around it. I expanded my base while I'm at it with some of the newly acquired wood from clearing the foliage. Checking out the GTS, I noticed something. A shiny Tapu Koko, selling for slightly above 1 million coins, and I'm only roughly 300,000 coins away. And with that, I could get the second member of our wishlist team, even if the IVs and speed are 0. I at least have to try. I don't know when another Tapu Koko will be available on the GTS. So to build up the funds to buy the shiny Tapu Koko, I start selling my shiny boxes on the GTS for 100,000 each. While waiting for them to sell, I actually run into my first Mega Sceptile boss and getting my second Mega Stone. Of course, it was in the jungle and it couldn't be Scizor, but hey. Around hour 20, I start clearing out a too wide-ish path near my base so I can move out in the jungle near me faster, maybe get a Scyther to spawn. After getting impatient with level grinding a wild Pokemon, I caved in and used my candies to get my Iron Valiant to level 100. Still waiting for my shiny boxes to sell, I decided to try out the Slash Hunk Man for the first time, and my first target is an Emolga that has to be female and either giant, ordinary, or runt size. On the prowl for Emolga, I run into and catch my first Scyther, potentially being able to check another wishlisted team member off the board. Once I evolve it and get its Mega Stone, that is. After I finished my Emolga hunt, I was actually able to afford the shiny Tapu Koko 22 hours in. Okay. Slash EVs. 6. Ooh, there's some random stuff, but that's fine, we have berries for that. But that is like a main party mons. Let me just like put that in box 100. Those 0 speed IVs go wild. Alright. After this endeavor, it was a countless hours of looking for a mesa biome to hope to one day get a Landorus spawn. Later, I would actually find out that legendaries could be in 5-star raids, and not only Landorus, but also Galarian Moltres in raid pools, meaning that Galarian Moltres is back on the board for my wishlist team. I also bought another Tapu Koko, this time a normal one that's not only cheaper, but also had better speed IVs. This was important because while there is a Pokebuilder, legendaries and mythicals can't have their IVs changed with it. You can still change them with bottle caps, but as I still haven't gotten one for me to drop in, well, 25 hours, yeah, I'd say this was a good investment. Shiny one though, oof. Around hour 26, I actually tried to use the external move Rock Smash, because it has a chance to be able to give you the wishing pieces which we could use to activate Dynamax Dens, which could help with farming the ones in Mesas. But it doesn't work. because the server disabled external moves that cause block damage, so instead I opted to grind raids to gather a handful of wishing pieces and then try my luck when the time comes. I spend a lot, oh my gosh, I mean a lot of freaking time trying to find a mesa biome, but I just can't find one. But while perusing, around the GTS, I noticed a little something. Looking for a specific mon, and it's not there. Eternatus is interesting. I don't think I can get 2 mil in time, unfortunately. If I was constantly saving money, I might have been able to get enough for it, but... Because we could have used that in Dynamax raids without having Dynamax. Eternatus is actually kinda really good. After doing some hunts, completing 10% of my freaking Pokédex, and scrounging up the money, I make the 2 mil so I can buy the gigantic bastard. This is important because I'm definitely not getting the Dynamax banned anytime soon, and Eternatus has a signature move that does extra damage to Dynamax Pokemon, which could help with raids down the line. I feel like we're gonna see more HP. I just want to see this guy out. Holy shit, you're huge. Literally less than 2 hours before 33, we find a mesa biome, which I set up another home command at so that way I can teleport to it later. Afterward, I use up the wishing pieces that I collected up until now. So I think I will try to catch you. There we go. Alright. Stealth Rock ain't that bad. Hey. Try catching it. Damn. Damn. Okay, so no 4-star or no 5-star raids. We got actually 2 4-stars, but everything else was kind of mid. But I was expecting it. The last hour I spent back in Ultra Space trying to collect more wishing pieces for the next 33 hours I'm going to be spending on the server, catching a Halucha in the process, and to end things off, shiny Archeops. Holy shit. I better win this. Oh no. Damn it! I fumbled. It was right there.